Lie, by the sounds of it.
I don't know. I'm just chuckling away to myself. I can no longer drink orange squash. I tell you, I think I've become hysterical. I can no longer drink orange squash because it sends me berserk.
Lee.
And when did you discover this?
Oh, I discovered it last summer.
And what kind of berserk are we talking?
Really sort of very giggly and odd and rude.
Imagine I'm in a garden with you and you've just had quite a bit of orange squash,
yeah.
and I say, hey, how are you doing?
I'm all right, what about you?
I'm fine.
I sort of realised, oh, hang on, that was misjudged. I was trying to be friendly, but I seemed really harsh.
I haven't seen you for a while. Is your wife here?
I don't know. Why don't you look for her?
She's probably out there rewrapping the car again!
What was this event?
It was a party at a friend's, in a garden at a friend's house.
How did people react when you became berserk?
Well, I think most people were kind. But it was my wife essentially said, you've gone a bit weird. And maybe we should go. Have a glass of water.
You've had too many, love.
Yeah.
So what are you going to say? Is he telling the truth?
Maggie, you think it's...
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? Phil?
I say it's a lie.
Well, then, if my team says it's a lie, then I will overrule and say it's the truth.
Think it's the truth?
I might overrule for what? I never overrule.
Go on, then.
But I'm feeling a bit like... Do you know why? I had a small sunny delight before the show. And I'm feeling a bit like... Yeah, whatever.
David, they're saying it's the truth. Is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
Possession.
Lee, if you step out from behind the desk, read the card first.
When I ran out of petrol with my kids in the car, the only way I could get to the nearest garage quickly was on this.
Yeah. Pop that down there, sir. Brilliant.
So where did you break down?
I broke down just after this round, crying. It was a country lane.
Whereabouts in the world?
It was just somewhere around Oxfordshire. You're from Oxfordshire, aren't you?
Yes.
Let's change that. Somewhere just around Oxfordshire.
And this was in the car?
This was not in the car. This belonged to a farmer.
Belonged to a farmer?
The smallest, campest farmer you can imagine. So I run out of petrol, we're in the middle of nowhere, I pull over near the hedgerow bit.
Yeah.
And then I remember passing a petrol station back there.
How far? A mile? Half a mile?
About a mile and a half.
Mile and a half?
A mile and a half? And you didn't just think, I'll walk a mile and a half?
Well, it's not, it's 3 miles, isn't it? Because you've got to get back as well.
That's
Got
true.
you there, isn't he?
Yes.
What with you all Oxbridge and everything and him having no education, that's quite embarrassing.
But still, 3 miles, that's not that far.
3 miles is a long way when you've got children in the car crying.
Well, hold on then. If you did 3 miles on it, you can definitely do 4 yards. So let's have a look at you on the bike.
And then, let me finish the story. And I remember as I came back with a petrol canister, falling off and damaging my leg and vowing that day never, ever to ride one of these beasts again. Would you like me to demonstrate me riding the bike?
I think so.
I'll kill you for this.
Go round the back, round to the side of Sarah, you can do it from there.
OK, I'm not feeling as young as I used to be, so I may not be able to do a wheelie. Right.
Is it all coming back?
And you had the petrol can as well, of course.
Petrol can! It's all right. Ow! I've gone over there! I've got the petrol can! I'm coming, kids! Kids, I'm coming! Stop crying! Tell your mother not to divorce me! I've got the can!
now I can see it would have been a big help.
Can I make a comment? You're very out of breath.
Yes, I am.
And you've done 1 lap of this. Now, you're telling us that you cycled 3 miles.
Yes.
Do you remember having a coronary arrest at the end of the journey?
I was a lot younger in those days.
Why? When was it?
This was just after Christmas.
Lee, what are you doing?
I'm thinking in a minute I'm going to go wheelie the bike to the edge.
They're saying in my ear it seems like a very bad idea. I say, let him have a go.
Oh, they're saying to you, this is a bad idea. How do you think I feel? What, you mean the day people have said, pretend that you stole a child's bike and went to a petrol station, and they're saying, I'm the one with the bad idea? Can I just say, Rob, come here. You with your little body. Come on.
Will you help me onto it?
Right, I'll sit here and do the easy bit. Right, I think I'm just going to make him cycle around for a while. I'm doing Rob Brydon.
Oh.
Fair play. Do you want me to help you onto the seat? Oh, jump!
Thank you. So, while Lee brings that huge bike back up, what are you thinking?
Stop me if you object, but I think we're going to say that it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie? All right.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Lee didn't ride a child's bike to a petrol station.
Stupid game!
Aged 9, I undertook my first ever acting role as Joseph in the school nativity. A performance described in my end-of-year report as world-weary.
Please, team.
Why did they describe it as world-weary?
I think perhaps I thought Joseph would be tired after the long journey with the donkey and the finding that, and perhaps I overdid the tiredness and didn't get into the wonder, perhaps to the extent that
Yes, but I think acting coaches would say, you know, you didn't go for the obvious thing of wonder.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had an instinct for this wonderful doubt that you must have felt. You know, how did this happen?
I don't know whether I understood that at that age.
Could you give us, perhaps, as a treat at Christmas, a little taste of the performance?
Yeah.
Just give us a soupçon. I have some stuff here that could help you. Let's see. You can be the 3 kings.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
Pass them along.
There, pass them along. Now then, imagine it was Joseph and Mary arriving. So why don't, Richard, you could be Mary.
Thank you, that's very kind.
There we are. Would you like to be a shepherd, Sir
I'd
Tom?
very much like to be a shepherd.
All right, you know what to do with it. Here's the baby. Now, remember, you've got to hide baby Jesus. He doesn't appear until later in the script.
Yeah, well, I think that's Mary's
I know
job.
exactly where to hide that.
Yeah.
Something for David. There we are. And then, Tom, would you mind holding the star as well?
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
I'll be Father Christmas as the innkeeper. All right. You haven't arrived yet.
No.
Okay.
What, do you mean in my career?
Oh, no, that's been and gone.
Oh, okay.
So...
I've literally just had a text from Sonia at my NCT class, and they've had the baby. All right. Look at me still.
Richard, I think you're getting the period a little bit wrong. In those days, no text, nothing like that.
I've just seen a star in the sky, and it's Sonia from my NCT group. And they've had the baby.
Oh, that's nice.
Boy.
Can you stop going on about Sonia?
Oh, but
It's just, I'm sorry, I know you get on with her, but it's been a long journey.
yeah, but that's because her husband Alan has already painted the nursery, and certain people haven't.
It's
back to Homes Under the Hammer. I'm sorry. I'm very... You know, I found the whole thing very touching. I haven't got any lines.
So, Tom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you a line.
Tom,
I've got some here, so I know.
All right, you got something. All right, so get ready.
Yeah,
so, the baby's coming.
Okay. Look.
And now a shepherd has appeared.
Yeah. I kick off every Christmas morning with a bowl of cornflakes and a sea of baby.
Well, there we are. Now, there's our performance. So, are you willing to believe that David was a world-weary Joseph at 9 years old?
Yes, definite for me.
True?
Yeah, he would have been a clever boy at 9 years old. They would have asked him to be Joseph because he's got the gift of the gab. And at 9 he did have a beard. Yes. It was harder for Richard to get the part of Mary because he was that height at 9.
Like it's impossible for you to get the part of one of the wise men.
What are you going to say?
We will say it is a truth.
A truth. You're saying truth. David, truth or lie?
And it is a lie.
Possession.
Right. Under the desk is a box. So pop it on the desk very carefully, like that.
I've recently got into baking, and here's a cake I made yesterday, especially for David.
Oh. Oh, it ain't bad, is it?
Let's have a proper look at that cake. Wow. That is uncanny.
It's got all of my thousands of teeth.
Why don't we see how close a depiction it is? We have the technology to do what they call split screen. Look down camera one. OK, so talk us through what's gone into making that cake.
Well, what do you want to know first?
How you made it.
OK. Right, first of all, I made the cake bit. Let's call it the cake bit, right? I made the sponge. That's the word. I made the sponge
How
first.
do you make a sponge?
How don't you make a sponge?
How do you make a sponge?
Now, let's do how don't you make a sponge. OK, what you do is you get your eggs and your flour.
Of course.
And then...
How many eggs for a sponge of that size?
I would say for that size, the bottom bit...
Or
David's
the other bit, really, they're the same size.
Oh, no, they're not. They're not, David. Your bottom is a lot bigger than your top are. For the bottom, I use about... I would say I use about 6 eggs for the bottom.
Nadia, 6 eggs for the bottom, yes or no?
12 eggs altogether?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I didn't say how I'd made the top sponge.
What temperature did you bake it at?
The room was room temperature at the time. I preheated the oven at 180 degrees because it's fan-assisted, so I knocked off 10% for that.
Oh, right.
Does that sound right, Nadia?
Almost convincing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You knocked off 10%.
You always do knock off 10% if it's fan-assisted. I'm just going to have a little lick of your moustache, David.
I hate to say it, Lee, but you've slightly spoilt my present.
Wait till you eat it and you pass out and wake up in my cellar.
So, 6 eggs per sponge.
No. 3 eggs per top half and bottom half.
OK.
All right.
How long do you leave that sponge in?
I would say... What I tend to do is I don't do it the traditional way of timing it. I keep a good eye on it, and I wait till it's sponge-like and take it out.
OK.
It takes about... I'd say it took me about...
Half
maybe
an hour,
40
Nadia?
minutes.
I mean, unless you bake, you don't know when you've got a fan-assisted oven...
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. He seems to know. He seems to know that bit of... You seem to know that bit of information, which is... Not everyone knows that.
Well, people are stupid.
Yeah.
Let's go to the centrepiece, the crowning triumph, which is the wonderful visual depiction of David. How did you approach bringing him so vividly to life?
Well...
Talk us through that.
Well, I started off... I tried to do you.
Here we go.
But that came out very bitter.
Lee, even though you violated David's face, who would like to try a piece?
I'll try some.
All right. Now, what flavour is it, just so we know when we taste it?
It's a sort of... It's an orangey citrus invention.
OK, here we go. Here's the first slice. This is going to Diane.
Yes.
There you go.
And then Bob.
How would you describe the flavour, Diane? I won't be insulted.
It's very dry.
Well, it wasn't dry when I made it last week. David, would you like a slice of your own head?
Yeah, Nadia, you be the judge.
Listen, don't hold back. I can take it.
You can all have this. It looks like cake and it tastes like cake.
But it acts like a carpet.
It's dry enough for me to believe that you might have made it.
What are you thinking, Michael?
I think that he's been doing a bit of baking. I think he's made it.
I think it's bad enough for him to have baked it.
Whoa!
And Michael, you also think...
Unfair.
You also think he did it?
I think he did.
Yeah, I think maybe...
He's just cutting your eye.
You know, often on this show you say I don't see things from your point of view. Well, that's... Is everyone still here?
David, it's time to decide. Was it the truth or was it a lie?
Well, we think it could be true.
You're going to say true? Yeah. OK, Lee.
I'm going to keep these and take them home. And wear them when I make love to my wife.
All right. Was it the truth or was it a lie?
Well, actually, it is, in fact, a lie.
I've yet to find the courage to make a contactless card payment. I considered it once, but decided that full PIN entry was the safer method.
Please, team, what do you think of that?
What do you fear, David?
Well, it's a security risk, isn't it?
Why is it security risk?
Well, because you don't have to put in your PIN.
The only security that's relevant is that you know it's you. If you know it's fine, contactless and the PIN's the same thing.
But who among us can be sure of who we really are?
Where did you consider using it, David?
I've considered it a few times in a few places, because sometimes people suggest it, which I think is rather forward. They suggest you say, I'm sorry, am I keeping you? You haven't got time for me to enter 4 digits.
Do you have an Oyster card?
Yes.
Ah, so you're happy with contactless there?
If the Oyster card gave you the option of putting in a PIN, I'd be all for it. But that's never been set up like that. No. And I'm not so weird as to go into Oyster HQ and ask to have a particular high-security Oyster card issued especially for me.
It's very hard to get into Oyster HQ, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to take like a knife and prise it open.
Well, you have to get past Pearl on reception.
Have you ever used it, then? Have you used it once?
I've yet to find the courage, so no.
Do you have a mobile phone?
I have a mobile phone.
Would you ever use Apple Pay? We can't call it that. Orange, well, we can't do that. They're a company as well. Would you ever use Pay?
Would you ever use your mobile phone?
You can, because I sometimes do that. I'm quite happy to get my phone out in M&S, and I feel quite cool. I hold it, and it pays it. Do you want a receipt? No.
No, I've never paid for anything like that.
You've never paid for anything with Apple Pay?
No.
What? What are you talking about? Have you just got a new phone? Are you starting some new adverts that we don't know about, Rob?
All right, so what do you think?
What do we think?
I'm very scared of it, so I empathise with that, so, why not?
OK.
It seems so obviously him.
So you've got to go for a true.
I think he fears it, yeah.
OK, you're saying it's true. David, you fear contactless payment, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, a lie.
Oh, he loves it.
In the last year, I have broken not 1, but 2 world records.
David's team.
World records.
You heard it right.
What are they?
It's a darts world records, actually. The one sport I actually am not bad at.
Are they both in darts?
Both, yes. Both records are in darts. Both
and what are the 2 records in darts that you now hold?
I am the world record holder for the most amount of number 2s in a minute. And I'm also the world record holder for the most bullseyes in a minute. But not just the bullseyes, the green bit, the outer 25 as well.
Right, so the most number 2s in a minute.
Correct.
And the most bullseyes. So, how many is it?
That's a good question. I can't remember. The number 2s, it's 18 number 2s in a minute.
Yeah.
And the bullseyes, or 25s, was 12.
Did you get an official, records adjudicator to come and...
The Guinness Book of Records were there.
You're saying that you're in the Guinness Book of Records?
I'm going to be in the Guinness Book of Records this year, yeah.
How was it organised?
It was actually... a television programme got involved, so they booked the people.
What television programme?
Not that programme that hasn't been on for 20-odd years.
Cheryl Baker.
The new one called Officially Amazing, which is the children's version on children's television. Do you watch children's television?
I think the one you were talking about was also for children. It's just you were a child then.
Oh, yeah.
And did they televise both of your records? Did they think, God, that 2s one was good?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that, vary that up by having him aim at the bullseye. Did they think that was...
They told me in advance I could have a go at both world records. I think, to be fair, the first world record, the most number 2s in a minute, was a world record that had never been attempted before.
So there was no record to beat.
Correct.
So one would have won it, technically.
No, because they set a bar. They say you have to be at least a minimum standard. It's not like your opponents. You have to...
No, don't anger him.
So, you have to reach a minimum standard, and I think the minimum standard for that, they said, was 14. But the Bulls and 25s was an official record that did exist.
What was the previous record?
11.
And you got?
12.
What are you thinking, David?
Well, what do you think?
It sounds quite plausible. There's loads of those kids' shows when they do those silly challenges and stuff.
No. Don't undermine my moment. This wasn't a silly little challenge. This was the world record.
Yeah, but if you say it was a world record, it was the...
First one, but the other one...
Someone's got to be the first one.
No, but the other one was... The other one wasn't... Don't make me come over there, David. So the other one already existed and was 11 by an American.
Ramesh.
I don't buy it. I just think that... I think that they wouldn't let you go for 2 records in a show. Officially Amazing, I've never heard of. That isn't officially amazing. It's not official, or is it amazing?
It might be a sort of...
If it was a show called Vaguely Interesting, then I'm not...
OK, we'll say lie.
You're going to say lie? OK. Lee, world record holder, twice. Truth or lie?
It is, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. Lee has broken 2 world records, and to prove it, here's a clip of Lee doing just that.
Time is running out! Come on, Lee! Get those darts in! A perfect set!
In that attempt, you achieved 12, which is a brand new Guinness World Records title!
Last summer, I lost a tennis match when a bee buzzed up the leg of my shorts at a crucial moment.
Please, team.
Right.
What was the crucial moment?
Match point.
What was the score at that point in sets?
I'll be honest, we only played 1 set.
And what was the scoring games at that point?
At that point?
Yes.
The scoring game.
I think you know what I'm asking you, David.
Was 5-4.
To you.
3-2-1, I'm going to tell you. It was 5-4.
To you.
No, I lost.
Oh, I see, a crucial point.
Right, so, did this bee sting you, or did he come in, have a quick shufty and exit?
A shufty and exit.
Well, did he exit out the other leg?
Or was anything blocking his passage?
Do you play regularly?
I don't really know. I used to play more regularly, but
What standard would you say you are? If 0 is someone that's never played in ever, and 10 is Boris Becker, what are you?
What's 1?
Tim Henman.
Well, in this case, I'm probably a 0.3.
Would you give us a demonstration of your serve technique?
Oh, yes.
It'd be lovely, I think, for Lee and his team. If they had an idea, they look at this serve, they say, well, there's a guy who wouldn't be bamboozled by a bumble, or maybe he would.
I have to say, I think this is totally pointless. I'll do it.
I like a man who joins in with the fun.
I'm so sorry. This is just a waste of your time. This is it. This is the racket in my right hand.
David, why don't?
So sorry. Rob. OK, caught it. Ready?
Yeah. You're not going to fire it at me, are you?
I'll
aim it over there.
I'll zing it down that way.
Please do, yeah.
OK.
David.
That's barely going to get over the net.
You don't believe I serve like that?
No.
I want to see your feet off the ground and put something... I want to see you grunting.
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Got a ball, have you?
You went over there. All right, ready?
Right, go on then.
I'm going to grunt.
Go for it.
I'm going to put my back into this.
Go on then.
I'm going to show I want it.
You're doing that with your hands, you're trying to get rid of the bees.
Yeah. I'm bouncing the ball.
That's how you congratulate a small child. Well done, son. You did very well.
OK, and... Oh!
That was lovely, thank you. That was lovely. That was more than we could ever have hoped. Thank you. What do you think?
He doesn't look like a tennis player.
He probably has picked up a tennis racket. I don't think he's claiming to be at county level.
He doesn't look like he would be at any level.
No, but he...
I think that's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Rick?
I think it's a lie, because he would... Maybe a bee flew over his shorts when he was having ice cream, but he definitely...
That's the most belittling thing I've ever heard on this show. OK, we're saying it's a lie.
OK, David. Was that the truth, or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
On the first day of my holiday, I lost my glasses, so I was forced to read an entire book through a set of binoculars I found in the villa.
I've been here all day and I haven't seen you wear glasses.
Well, that's because I wear contact lenses.
Why didn't you wear contact lenses?
Because I didn't take them on that particular holiday.
What was the book?
The book? Wow. The Kipper.
By?
Brian Fish.
A book called The Kipper by Brian Fish. I haven't read it or heard of it. What's the genre of this book?
It's a thriller.
Right.
The Kipper was the code name for a sparrow.
Where were you on holiday?
I was actually in Malaysia.
What part of Malaysia?
Coconut Island.
What?
Right. What make with binoculars?
I think you'll find I didn't have my glasses. How do I know that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I tried to look through my binoculars to find out, and I even looked into the mirror, but it just wasn't working out, the whole thing. I was like... Yes, because the book had to be a long way away from me. Right?
Sorry, it had to be a long way away from you.
Well, otherwise,
on the beach.
It's so close to you. When you get to the thrilling bit, it's too scary. So I have to...
How did you set it up?
The book was at the other end of the... We had a little pool in the villa, and it was on the other end of the pool, and I would sit there like that. And then...
How would you turn the pages?
I'd put it down there, and then I'd get up and I'd walk, turn the page, crease it, and back round again.
So, you got there and you'd forgotten your glasses.
Correct.
How did you manage to get there without realising?
Because I forgot them. I left them somewhere en route.
Right. But where?
I'd put them down, like this, in the taxi. I stepped out for a second. I was literally rubbing my eyes like that. The taxi's gone. I know. Unbelievable. It's the exact word I was thinking of.
You hadn't arrived at your destination.
I took the glasses off for a second, like that.
To put them down in the taxi.
But there's a reason I put them down for a second.
Yeah.
Put them down. They're my proper glasses.
Yeah.
To put on my sunglasses when I get out of the car. The sunglasses are prescription.
Yeah.
I step out the car, he drives off, I've left the glasses in the back, I can now see perfectly clearly through the sunglasses. I know what you're going to ask me, so I'll just get to that point. During the holiday, I then lost the sunglasses.
Another taxi?
No, I was in the sea.
You were in the sea and you put them on a dolphin?
I was in the sea. Well, I didn't know it was a dolphin. I thought it was one of those glasses rests. You know, no, I just put them down. Oh, I didn't put them down. I put them on. And then I went into the sea, had a little swim, and then a big wave came like that and went... like that. That's not the bit that knocked my glasses off, though. I just up and went, wow, look at that wave. And then I lost it. I'm going to have to spend the next... whatever it was, 2 weeks without my sunglasses. So I just stayed...
Reading a book from one end of a pool to another.
This is it.
With your
How big a book? It was awful. Everything was like that. Even the foreplay. I said, go over there so I can have a good look. That's very pleasant, thank you. And then I'd walk over. And she'd say, do I look sexy in this? I'd go, hang on.
So, what are you thinking?
Look, I wear glasses. You are so protective of your glasses.
There are various implausible moments in this story. I would say the losing of sunglasses in the sea is not the most implausible. I would say it is the image of Lee sitting at one end of a swimming pool with his binoculars and a book propped up at the other end of the swimming pool. A swimming pool he has to walk round in order to turn the page.
So... you're saying it's a lie?
Well, I would say it was a lie.
I think we're unanimous on that.
All right. So, Lee, truth or lie?
It is, in fact... where's the button? Tell me when I'm close. Lie!
I once hired a jet ski, but...
Lie. We need to hear no more, David.
I once hired a jet ski, but couldn't work out how to stop it, so had to buzz around the bay for 50 minutes until it ran out of petrol.
I take it back, you did.
I can so imagine you doing that, absolutely.
So where was this?
It was in Antigua.
In Antigua?
Was this in your single lads days?
He never had those days.
Yeah.
It's your first time on the show, isn't it?
It is.
Why were you in Antigua?
On holiday.
Was the Winchester Steam Museum shut?
Yes, I arrived at the Winchester Steam Museum and it was shut, and so I went straight to Antigua.
When was this?
I think about 2 years ago.
And who were you with?
My wife.
And what got into your head? I could imagine you renting a sun lounger and opening up a weighty tome. I could imagine that. But I can't see you saying, now you relax here, I'm just going to go and bomb around the bay for a while.
Were you with your wife on the jet skis, or did she stay on dry land?
She stayed on dry land.
So you were on your own going round? You weren't with other people?
And it was your idea?
I thought I'd have a bit of a go.
What were you wearing, David?
Sort of swimming shorts.
What length were the shorts? Were they sort of Daniel Craig, or...
They weren't as long as Daniel Craig.
What do you wear?
Like shorts. I said swimming shorts. They've got a pocket.
Wow.
They've got a pocket, and they've got netting on the inside to keep everything in order.
All right. You jump on, you're looking back at your wife. Ah, look at me. And then what happens?
Well, to be honest, I'm not like, look at me at all, because I must say, as soon as I get going, it becomes immediately apparent to me that I don't like it.
Oh, no.
Hang on, here's a big question then. You did it until the petrol ran out, did you say?
Yeah.
So, did you manage to time perfectly that the petrol had run out just as you got back to the jetty?
No.
So you were stuck now in the middle of the sea?
Yeah. What I didn't do is head straight out away from the coast. At the point where my plan formed, I thought I'll just go up and down quite near the jetty, thinking I'll be able to swim to the jetty if the worst comes to the worst.
So what happened then? You just kept going, and then eventually it coughed and spluttered.
Yeah.
Talk us through.
Well, I kept going, and then eventually it coughed and spluttered.
All right. Lee, what are you going to say?
What do we think?
You have a great physique.
You've got to warn me before you say things like this.
Great physique for what?
For maybe, I don't know, a game of billiards or Cluedo.
Yeah.
And I don't quite think that jet skiing is completely your thing.
I agree.
I don't even think he has ever been to Antigua.
So you're saying lie, you're saying lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a lie.
You're going to say it's a lie?
I'll go with the team.
David, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Because it irritates me so much, I'm always correcting people when they wrongly call fog mist and mist fog.
David.
All right. What is the distinction, Lee, between mist and fog?
Well, that is a very good question, David.
Yeah.
Any others? Mist is... I used to live by the coast. We used to have a lot of sea fret. You know sea fret?
Nope. What's sea fret?
Sea fret is like it's a sort of mist.
Right.
It's produced by the sea.
Fog-like, you might say.
That really irritates me, that, David. There is a thing called sea fret, and it's when the mist comes off the sea. It's the water that comes off the sea, and we used to have a lot of that. And I remember my mum said, oh, it was foggy again, and I killed her. I would say that was when it started. I call that day one.
So, here's a question maybe familiar to you,
Yes.
Lee. What is the difference between mist and fog?
I'll tell you exactly the difference. Mist comes from a very rainy day, which then becomes...
misty.
Misty. Whereas fog is when it's foggy. Fog comes from a drop in temperature. It's very cold suddenly. There has to be a sudden temperature change for fog. Mist is the opposite and is often created by heat, which causes water to evaporate and thus causing mist. And be honest, you weren't expecting that, Lee.
So fog is as a result of a sudden drop in temperature, mist is a result of evaporation caused by heat.
Yeah.
And can you tell to look at it? Or do you have to have known the meteorological backstory?
You can tell by looking at it. Mist is... how can I describe it in layman's terms?
It's mist thinner.
Yeah, fog is denser. Mist is a little bit... It's a bit easier to see
but
something
how
in
could
the
you tell the difference between a light fog and a heavy mist?
You can tell the difference in the same way as you can tell the difference between a light, fat person and a heavy, thin person.
When was the last time you corrected someone on
The last foggy day we had.
Who was it that you corrected?
Corrected a sailor, actually.
How did you find yourself to be with a sailor?
I was on a fishing trip.
On a fishing trip?
On a fishing trip, just off the west coast of Scotland.
What were you doing up there?
Lost. It was from Brighton we left.
What do you feel about the Paul Gascoigne song Fog on the Tyne?
I feel worse when he took that penalty and he missed.
Why do you find people making this mistake between two phenomena that do look pretty similar?
Why do you find
similar? Yes, of course they look similar.
No, they don't.
They look similar. It's like the air is difficult to look through. What is it about the distinction between mist and fog that makes it a particular bugbear of yours?
I think it's because of when I lost my Uncle Pete at sea.
So what are you going to say, then? Is it the truth?
Lie.
Lie.
We think it's a lie.
OK, Lee, truth or lie?
It's a lie.